So, some open guard passing. Well, let's actually start off with defending the double ankle sweep. So, I'm here in the open guard, I get swept, boom. First thing I'm going to do is pinch my knees together, right? Now, it's going to be very, very tough for Sebastian to come up over his own knees, okay? So now I just need to win the race back to the top. So here I start to sit up, I frame the hip, not the chest, right? We have an arm bar off of that we teach in the core class, or at least used to teach. Yeah. So here I frame the hip, and if he's controlling my ankle like this, I'm going to try and kick my foot up, just like we do when we're standing, right? So here I kick the foot up, and now I'm coming for the technical stand up, feeding my knee in between, and coming up, right? So that's if we get caught with the double ankle sweep. If the guy's holding our ankle, and let's say we're double butterfly ankle sweep, right? Here I can kick my leg up and out, right? Tripod sweep, awesome one. Here, right? I can maybe even make a pants grip, keep the leg, start to drive his legs across, okay? So that gets us into our next idea of crossing the legs, right? So I want to think about, if I can, to always start to cross his legs over, right? So if I have my back knee coming through and my other leg extended, right? This is what we're going to call the auto pass, right? So here my knee is through, I can slide the arm, come to the mount. If my opposite leg is through, right? Instead of my right leg being through, my left leg is, I'm blocking, this is going to be the leg drag, right? And here, more times than not, we go towards the back. Okay, so kind of two things that do the same idea of crossing the guy's legs, right, to help us secure the position. All right? So now let's start to get into the windshield wiper pass, right? And using leg work to kill his hooks and his guards, right? So let's say I'm in the half guard, right? From here, I'm going to drive my hips in, and it's important that his feet aren't crossed, right? So if his feet are kind of crossed, I'll use my hips to drive in and start to kill them. Here, both my hands are on the mat. I shift, bring my heel to my butt, and hook on top. Now from here, I'm coming over the top, blocking the hips, and going. Right? From the butterfly guard, we can do kind of the same idea, right? So here I walk out, put my hands on the mat, I'm hooking, putting my shit on top. And now from here I can start to stretch, switch out. I can go the other way with it also. From here, boom. Here I stretch my leg, and I start to walk and kill the hips. So we're going to use the idea of using our hooks to kill his hooks a lot, right? And specifically from this knee down position, right? So if, let's say, Sebastian is sitting up, right? I'm going to drive my knee across his body, okay? If I start to drive my knee down this way, it's like a wrestler's paradise, okay? He's just going to come up for single legs and double legs. So here, I'm going to be driving my knee across to the outside, right? And sometimes the guy's hook will be in here, right? So he'll have this butterfly hook. So we got two options. One, if the leg is kind of across our chest, we're going to drive our opposite knee through, right? Coming to the auto pass, coming to that cross leg position. If we're here, and we start to drive this down, and I feel like this leg isn't in front of my body, I'm going to use my foot as a hook on top of his shin, just like from the butterfly guard, right? So here I'm coming on top, and now I can back step freely, because now there's something between me and the spring, right? So now I can back step freely, or I can even like start to ride this across better to our cross leg position, okay? Then from here, control, block the head, right? If his legs are crossed, one thing that the guy, most high-level guys are going to try to do is to invert out of the position, right? So here, if his hips are getting crossed, he's going to go with it, duck the head under, exactly, start to rotate, and then work out, okay? So I need to, as a passer, be thinking about to block his head, right? So if you think about him like a ball, right, or like if he's trying to rotate under, his head needs to come under and his hips need to go up. So if I want to stop that, I block the hips down and I block the head in one place, okay, and then I can work to pass. So a couple other ways to get to that knee down position, and then we'll go over kind of funneling out from there also, right? So we did sit-up guard, right? Here, boom, I drop the knee to the outside. We can do it from the De La Riva, right? So here, De La Riva. When I'm killing the De La Riva, I want to be pushing the shin down and blocking this one. So I want to be over top of this one also. I don't like it when it's on my hip. So here, my hand is on the shin, my thumb is pointing up, right? I'm stiff arming and pressing this down. From here, I'm going to step back and start to come over the top, right? And I'm always kind of pushing the legs across this way, right? So this one's going down, this one's going across, right? From here, I can start to come into the collar, hand to the mat, either or, right? And I'm going to be elevating my hips and driving through, right? Into the auto pass position, or, right? Here, I start to drop, and now maybe the butterfly hook comes out towards my knee here, right? So the butterfly comes out towards the knee. I use my hook on top of his hook, back step. You can start to come back across towards this butterfly mount position. All right, if he's got the underhook here, right? Sometimes I can pop my knee up and drive across. Other times I need to back step. All right, back step, and now I'm pulling the legs and dropping my knee down. Okay, from here, we're going to control. We can, if he uses this underhook under my hips, look, I'm going to take a big step up and start to work on the shoulder lock here, right? We didn't go over it today, but you have the mano plata where you pass the leg over, sit, and pull. Last kind of entry into there, we're going to go over the top of the deep half guard. So the guy's trying to come under this leg here, right? He's coming under. Look, I'm just sitting all the way over the top of my knee, and now I'm turning to face, right here, boom. Now I'm pulling the legs, now I'm dropping the knee. Okay, if he's hugging my one leg, I can use my other foot as a butterfly hook, and I'm kind of keeping his hips down here, right? From here I have guillotine options, I have the Nino belly, right? A lot of different options to kind of branch out there from.